oh, this is what I kind of want from Sonic. This is like high speed, high stakes movement. This game is all about momentum, and it really, I mean, they're really embarrassing Sonic, if we're being honest. Like, this is everything Sonic should be.
Yeah, I think like if I'm not holding back my punches, Sonic could learn a lot from this game.
Whoa.
Hey everybody, welcome back to Game Informer. If you missed it, we're back. We all lost our jobs in August, but we all got our jobs back, and we're excited to be bringing you the video game content you knew and loved before, new and improved here in 2025 and going forward. I'm your host today, Alex Van Aken, joined by Kyle Hilliard. How you doing, Kyle?
Hey, I put on a suit to celebrate this momentous occasion.
Yeah. Hey, you know, I'm all about it. We're also joined by Charles Hart. How you doing, Charles?
Hello. This is actually my last day because I didn't follow the mandatory dress code that Kyle instated.
That was weirdly
I'm
the
glad to show up
first.
while I can.
It was the first thing I did when I got back. I decided that was the most important thing, was to implement a dress code for a mostly remote gaming outlet.
Well, welcome everybody. If you're new here, just tuning in. New Gameplay Today is a series where we take a look at new or upcoming games and tell you why we like them. Today we're going to be taking a look at HASTE Broken Worlds. It's from Landfall, the creators of Tabs, Totally Accurate Battle Simulator, Cluster Truck, Stick Fight, and more. It's out now. The base price is $20 on Steam, and I honestly, this is one of my favorite games of the year. I love it. I can't stop thinking about it. Quick summary: HASTE is a 3D action platformer in the vein of 3D Sonic games, and you are racing against the clock as the world kind of crumbles around you. You're going between world to world through these portals at the end of the level, and the whole sort of gameplay side of things is you are trying to make these perfect soft landings to gain speed to get to the level as quickly as possible. Along the way, you'll be picking up sparks, which will let you stop at shops in between your run to purchase upgrades. In the footage that we're looking at, I just purchased an ability that is now tied to my right bumper, and it essentially slows time down and gives my character increased maneuverability. So there are certain areas where it's really tight, really close calls, and that ability will help me to get past those. But yeah, Kyle, you've been playing this as well. I know, Charles, you have been following the development of this game. What are your thoughts on it, both of you? I'll start with you, Kyle.
Yeah, I really like it a lot. It is a game that immediately, like, it's fun within seconds, right? And you understand what's fun about it immediately. Is this like full speed running and sort of navigating? It's like you're actually making ultimately like kind of small tweaks to sort of jump between obstacles and stuff like that, which are like really well broadcasted, right? Like these, you can see these giant like fire pillars coming out of the sky. It's like very clear you're supposed to avoid those. And the roguelike structure, I'm maybe sort of brush up a little bit against. I don't like the sort of the speed at which you get upgrades. I think could be a little quicker, but like the core game, I think is really strong. I really like the rhythm you can get into running full speed.
Yeah. The roguelite stuff hasn't bothered me too much. I actually haven't used most of the base upgrades. I mostly put my money into, you'll see a little bit later on, you can purchase new traversal abilities that come really in handy, especially in these boss fights. The one that we're looking for now, it's called the Convoy. And this is my favorite level I've played in the game. These massive gargantuan machines just eroding the earth away, and you've got to figure out ways to take them down while dodging all of the obstacles that they send your way. You do have a health bar. You have to manage your health, and only a limited amount of lives. Those can be increased in between runs with your sparks. But Charles, I want to go to you for a second. You and I both, I believe, have been following this game on social media for probably years now. I mean, I think Landfall did a great job showcasing the journey of making this game.
Yeah. I'm a big Landfall fan. I'm pretty sure my brother discovered Totally Accurate Battle Simulator is the name. just by watching YouTube videos of people play it.
Sure, yeah.
I remember discovering Stick Fight the game from a like Reddit post on r/game physics, and I was just like, this looks silly. And then like a year later, when it was finally out, I bought it and I loved that game. And then this one, I saw the development chronicled on TikTok, so I haven't played it, but I think it looks really cool. I find the I've compared it before to, there's a app called Tiny Wings. It's a mobile game that has a similar diving down the hills structure to this, except this is 3D and a lot more involved. But yeah,
Tiny
really
Wings is a great
get my
game,
hands
to
on
be
it.
clear. Like it's funny, the
Yes.
tutorial of the game even almost looks like it shows you a Tiny Wings screenshot to explain how the game works, which very quickly got me on board because I was like, oh, yes, I like this structure, you know?
Yeah. I mean, the game is blistering fast. The soundtrack rips. It's composed by Carl Floden and Eric Lidding. We were talking about it earlier, Kyle. You mentioned this game is very reminiscent of like the early 2000s, late 90s 3D action games, Dreamcast.
I called it the
PlayStation.
Sega Saturn like era. That like weird effect.
So
like,
even earlier, yeah.
Nights into Dreams specifically, I feel like is the starting line of this weird sort of art style that games like this and Penny's Big Breakaway and to a lesser degree Balan Wonderworld. I don't want to associate this with Balan Wonderworld, but there's a mood that comes across in those games that I feel like Haste has that I like.
Right now we're taking a look in the game at the area that you go to purchase upgrades. This is where you can spend your sparks that you collect on your runs to unlock new traversal opportunities. So this character, if we give them enough sparks to let us get a grappling hook sort of deal. I have not unlocked that yet, but we're about to unlock a pair of wings that will like give me an upward boost in momentum. Here is the improvements screen. You can go here to increase your max health, your lives, your energy, improve the chance of getting rarer items on your runs, that sort of thing. I have yet to actually invest any of my currency into this. I haven't found that I've needed it quite yet. I think I'm 4 worlds in, 3 or 4 worlds in. It's probably like halfway through the game. And I like the challenge that comes with it. So now we were picking up the Sage's Cowl. This is, like I said, going to help us to stay in flight or even launch ourselves up in flight if we aren't already up there. And it really kind of changes the flow and allows you to it replaces the sort of hoverboard that you have at the start. The hoverboard typically allows you to speed up really quickly and kind of glide and extend your jumps, whereas the Sage's Cowl operates a little differently. Not quite as fast, but definitely gets you more vertical.
It just ran right into that.
Reminds me that I wanted to ask about the lore of this game. Is Zoe, the main character, is she have supernatural speed, and are these like magical items, or is this one of the things where it's like, oh yeah, you can run, so go do this, and I'm going to give you this normal item that lets you do stuff?
Yeah, so the game starts very in like a mysterious fashion. You used to be like a mail delivery person. As you can see, like the mailbag on her side, on her hip. But she's always been fast, but it seems like they don't realize why they are going this fast, and like the way that it's all a mystery, I should say. They don't really. You're kind of unfolding the story as you go. Story hasn't really done much for me, honestly. I find myself kind of skipping through the cutscenes. The conversations probably like half the time.
Yeah, to answer your question though, Charles, I don't think she doesn't like suddenly be like, oh my gosh, I've learned how to run fast and I got to figure out how to use this ability. She just runs fast. Kind of like, which I'm surprised we haven't brought it up yet, one Mr. Sonic the Hedgehog, which
that's the really obvious comparison, I think.
For me, this game, and Alex, we were talking about a little bit earlier, and you kind of had sort of a similar sort of take of like playing this kind of makes me get 3D Sonic the Hedgehog in a way that I didn't, to sort of be polite, right? Like it's like, oh, this is what I kind of want from Sonic. This is like high speed, high stakes movement that with like Sega's 3D Sonic games, typically I just kind of feel like I'm running into walls a lot, like it's hard to maintain that momentum, where this game is all about momentum. and it really. I mean, they're really embarrassing Sonic, if we're being honest. Like this is everything Sonic should be.
Sonic games are like an intricate piece of music that you have to read on command, and once you've like memorized all the notes and when to do the things, it feels and looks really cool. This one is a much more like approachable thing of like when you're looking at it, you understand what you're supposed to do at any given moment.
Yeah, and you feel the speed. You just feel like the world is zipping by you at 1,000 miles an hour,
and you're not guessing.
Yeah,
I think.
Sure, and I'm right there with you, Kyle. Like that's where a lot of my frustrations, honestly, like ever since Sonic the Hedgehog 1 when I was a kid, I think the series has it's kind of not been able to avoid the frustration that comes along with running really fast, high speed, and then hitting a wall, or sometimes they'll give you a spring, but then you hit the spring and then you fall into another wall or something else, and it's like if that series rewards replayability and kind of mastery of the level, whereas this one, I think you get those aspects as well, but it's just the bar to entry is much lower, and I think you get going much quicker, and it feels much more enjoyable to me much more quickly than Sonic. And I think like if I'm not holding back my punches, like I think this like Sonic could learn a lot from this game.
Whoa.
But that's just me.
No, I agree.
But
and Kyle.
And Kyle. Yeah. 2/3 of us on this
right.
video. But I mean, Haste is just like really scratching an itch for me here, where we're recording this footage in April 2025. If you're watching this video later on, it's very quickly becoming one of my favorite games of the year already. It's what I want to be playing at nighttime. It's I see myself replaying it and getting faster and faster scores, and increasing my ranks on the level. One thing about this game is it will punish you for getting lower ranks. S ranks, you get a lot of sparks. If you get an E rank, you get 0 sparks. So you really do need to like focus up, and it's not a game where you can really kind of turn your brain off, despite it facilitating a sort of Zen-like mode for my brain. You still do need to think about what you're doing.
Tetris style.
Sort of, exactly. Yeah. You get into a flow, but it's not mindless.
Mm-hmm. It's a focus. It's a focus game.
Exactly. We're looking at one of the other bosses in the game. This is the Jumper. He's got 4 slots on his health bar, as you can see, and he essentially, once you hit him, he flies to another part of the map and tries to prevent you from getting back to him. He shoots out these giant lasers. He can terraform the ground, and again, I think this is a really, really smart way to handle boss fights in this sort of game. There are other side challenges in the game that are less difficult but offer a little more variety, wherein you are chasing a character around trying to beat them, or trying to find the exit to a map that is really vast before it kind of crumbles. There's a lot of variety in the game, and I think like the fact that you can purchase new traversal upgrades really kind of adds to that replayability, and it kind of allows you to find the playstyle you enjoy. But yeah,
I've been playing it on Steam Deck.
Oh, nice.
And it runs great. It's as far as I can tell. I mean, it's 60 frames. I haven't felt like I'm playing a lesser version of the game in any way. Like that has become the place where I've been playing Haste, which I've been playing it a fair bit.
But that's going to do it for the video today. Thank you for being here. Thank you for joining Game Informer once again here on YouTube. If you're new here, please hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell so you don't miss one of our uploads. Click the like button if you really want to help us out, and head over to GameInformer.com and sign up for a free membership today to get access to hundreds of magazine archives from dating back to 2012. You can go and read pretty much every magazine issue that we put out in that time frame and read it for free. It's a great way to look back at the history of games, and I think it's a pretty fascinating look at how games have changed over the years. You also get access to a number of other benefits like dark mode, early bird perks, and benefits when it comes to our premium memberships, which will roll out here in the coming months. But yeah, thanks for being here, everybody. Kyle, Charles, thanks for joining me. and we'll see you in the next one.